Good morning, dear students. Now, we have already discussed about the fundamental unit of life, that is cell, which is also considered as a structural and functional because of the number of the cells and because of the presence of those numbers of the cell, all living organisms have their respective different structures. Also, the size of the cells, shape of the cells, all the cells, they are not of the same size. All the cells, they are not of the similar shape. All of them, they have their respective functions to do. And we have also discussed about the unicellular organism, multicellular organisms as per the presence of the number of cells in it. One cell, unicellular, more than one cell, multicellular organism. Then we have also discussed about the prokaryotic and eukaryotic cell. Prokaryotic, that means the cell which is having undeveloped nucleus, or we can say the nucleus is not well developed. And eukaryotic cells, that means the cells which have developed nucleus, well developed nucleus, which have nucleolus, nuclear membrane, and the organelles present in them can do their respective work. Now, we will see structural organization of a cell. So, biologists, when they started studying about the structural organization, that how this cell is completely structured, how it is built, right? If we want to build some buildings, school, offices, the basic thing what we need to make a big pit into the soil, we need to put the iron rods, pebbles, sand, brick, and then a layer of the cement, right? In the floor we need to put the tiles. So many things are there which helps in building of certain things. So biologists was in the idea, or they wanted to know that what is the basic structure of this cell. And so they started about the study of structural organization of a cell. What is the exact structural management? So very first thing they found that the cell is made up of a basic living substance, and that name was given by biologist protoplasm by Virchow. That living organism, all living organism, they consist of basic structure organization of a cell, and that cell is having a basic material, protoplasm. So protoplasm is the basic substance of what a cell is made up of. Basic structure of what a cell is made up of is protoplasm. Dear students, please pay attention and please keep in mind all this terminology. Terminology, that means different words. Biology consists of very variety of terminology, which will again make confusion to us for many things. Protoplasm, cytoplasm, see here, plasma membrane, right? So they are like having a rhythmic sensation among them. So we are in need to keep a clear attention for this terminology. So protoplasm is the basic substance of cell, what it is made up of. Protoplasm is the living substance of a cell, and it is colorless. It doesn't have any color. It is translucent fluid. Now you have learned in your younger classes about transparent, translucent and opaque. Transparent, a material through which we completely see that what is on this side and what is on that side. When we have a translucent material, we can't completely see what is on that side of that medium, right? It looks little outer boundary but not gives exact idea. and opaque if we put in front of our eyes. We will not see anything beyond that opaque material. So here protoplasm is translucent fluid which is not possible from which it is not possible to see the things very clearly. Somewhat idea we will get, yes, okay, there is an animal or there is a bird or there is a human being or some plant is there. Some outer boundary we will be able to identify. Now what is present in this protoplasm? The protoplasm consists of plasma membrane or you can say cell membrane. Protoplasm consists of plasma membrane. So protoplasm is the very basic substance and living substance of a cell. In it there is plasma membrane. Plasma membrane is also called cell membrane. Membrane, that means outer covering, right? And plasma, that means a covering which is covered protoplasm, so it is plasma membrane. Or you can say it is covering the cell, so it is cell membrane. Nucleus, a central part of the cell where the function of the cell is controlled by the help of the cell organelles. So nucleus, then cytoplasm. Cytoplasm is again a place, again a site in a cell which is fluid, which is little liquid in nature, in which cell organelles are floating. Cell organelles are, we can say they are the functional organs of the cell. As our body has different organs, eyes to see, ears to hear, nose to smell, mouth to, tongue to speak, tongue to taste, teeth to chew, right? And all this mouth consists of teeth and tongue in it, right? We have hands, we have legs, all different organs for different function. In the same way, cell has cell organelles which do different functions and they all are present in cytoplasm. Cytoplasm is a fluid, is a liquid in which cell organelles are floating. All the living cells contains protoplasm. All the living cells, that means whoever existing on the earth, living, they all have protoplasm. Protoplasm is also a living substance and protoplasm consists of plasma membrane, outer covering, or you can say cell membrane, center part, that is nucleus, and in between plasma membrane and nucleus, cytoplasm is present throughout the cell, that is liquid, and cell organelles are floating in the cytoplasm. So now let us consider about the basic structure of a cell. All cell consists of the following three major features. All cell, when I say all cell, that means all cell, whether they are unicellular organisms or multicellular, but each cell present in organisms, they have major three features, that is cell membrane or we can say plasma membrane, nucleus, cytoplasm. All cell organelles are present in the cytoplasm. Cytoplasm is the site for all the cell organelles. Cell organelles, that means the different organs of the cell. Thus, a cell consists of different parts. And out of these parts, some parts are living and some are non-living parts. As cell consists of different parts, some parts are living whereas some are non-living parts. Right? I would like to give you an example that when you cut a tree with the help of an axe, right? What happens? Have you ever heard that tree is screaming? Okay. When you cut your nails, our nail is attached with our fingers. If something hurts on your fingers, if a knife, if a blade has a scratch on your fingers, you literally starts bleeding, and even if it is little more wound, you will little shout, ooh. But have you ever experienced when you cut your nails, when you cut your hairs, when the axe is cutting the trees, they are screaming, they are shouting? No, because The cells present in such parts are not living. They are dead cells. So certain parts of the cell, they are not living. They are dead cells, dead parts. So let us see which are the living parts and which are the dead parts. The list here shows the living part of the cell, and this is the non-living part of the cell. The living part of the cells are plasma membrane, or we can say cell membrane, outer covering of the cell. It is called cell membrane, or you can say plasma membrane. Mitochondria, right? These are all the cell organelles which we are going to discuss each separately. Mitochondria, endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi apparatus, ribosomes, plastids, they are only present in plants, not in animals. Lysosomes, centrosomes, they are only present in animal, right? Because centrosomes help in the cell division. Nucleus. This is the list of living part. And here you will see non-living part. Cell wall in plant cell, vacuoles in plant cells, granules and fat droplets. These are certain parts of the plant, of the cell which are non-living. All these organelles are present in plant as well as animal cell. Some are there which are not seen in animal, and some are there which are not seen in plant cells, right? So let us see here the structure of plant cell and animal cell. Here is the structure of a plant cell. You can see here a plant cell. Very first thing you see here, the outer, very outermost membrane covering is the cell wall, and within it is the cell membrane, or you can say plasma membrane, right? Cell wall, plasma membrane. Plant cell has two outer covering, that is cell wall and cell membrane, whereas animal cell you can see only one outer covering, that is plasma membrane. Why this is difference? Because plants need extra protection, because they have to survive in all type of weather, whether it is very hot, highly raining or very chill cold. They themselves are not able to locomote, right? They are not there to move on one place to another, and they remain wherever they are in the nature, in scorching heat, in chill cold and in heavy rain. And so their body need double protection, and this is the reason that nature has provided, or we can say an eternal energy, Almighty has provided two protective layer. The very outermost is cell wall, and within it is the cell membrane. Whereas in animal cell we will find only cell wall, we will not find cell wall, but we will find only cell membrane, because animal, they undergo locomotion. That means they can move from one place to another. If there is a scorching heat, they can find out the shade of the tree, they can find out the shade of the roof, and they can try to move from a high temperature or from the scorching heat to the shaded portion. Even in rain also they can try to move from one place to another where they can remain little away from the rain. And in cold also they will try to move in an interior, or some animals you have learned that they undergo for the hibernation also. So they need only one protective layer, that is plasma membrane or a cell membrane. That means we also have this type of cell, because we are human are also animal. Only two kingdom is present on this earth. One is plant kingdom and one is animal kingdom. So all human, all type of animals, whether insects, whether reptiles, right, and birds, all are considered 4-leg, 2-leg, all these animals, we are all considered as an animal, right? Now see, this is what we can say. This is, these and this. This is the chloroplast. Chloroplast consists of chlorophyll, right, which helps plants to make the food. Chloroplast is not present in animal cell. Because of the chloroplast having green color chlorophyll, It is because of the plastids, pigments which give colors to the plants as a green color leaves, browny stem and different color fruit and flowers. Now you can see this portion. This is a center portion, nucleus, and this you see boundary, nuclear membrane. Nucleus is covered by nuclear membrane and this complete portion is nucleolus. Here you can see endoplasmic reticulum. This is endoplasmic reticulum. This is endoplasmic reticulum. Right? This is the mitochondria. Mitochondria which helps to give the energy to the cell. So it is considered as powerhouse of the cell. This is all Golgi apparatus. You can see Golgi bodies help in the protein synthesis. This small globules you can see, they are the ribosomes. Here in the plant cell, they are mostly free and somewhere they are attached to the endoplasmic reticulum. Endoplasmic reticulum are rough as well as smooth in an animal cell. We will see. This is the vacuole. Vacuole is again having a boundary on it, which is a fluid containing substance and which is present in the plant cell for the transpiration process, exchange of water in the parts of the plant. This is complete portion which we see here. Outer covering cell wall, within it is cell membrane. This is nucleus, nucleolus, bounded with the boundary, nuclear boundary on both of these nucleus and nucleolus. Between these two, outer covering and nucleus, this complete portion in which you see all these organelles, this is cytoplasm. All this is cytoplasm. ये पूरा एरिया एक लिक्विड से भरा है और ये सब ऑर्गेनेल्स जो गोल्गी apparatus, माइटोकॉन्ड्रिया, क्लोरोप्लास्ट, राइबोसोम्स एंड वैक्यूल्स, ये सब उस साइटोप्लाज्म में तैर रहे हैं. ठीक है. उसके बाद लेट अस सी एनिमल सेल. Animal cell has only one outer covering and that is cell membrane or plasma membrane. Here you can see mitochondria as plant cell have. Animal cell is also having, which is responsible for the functioning of energy to the cell. So it is also called powerhouse. You see this is, here nucleus and this is nucleus, this is nucleolus. It is attached to the endoplasmic reticulum on both the sides. You see the beginning portion here and here it is fair, that is smooth endoplasmic reticulum. At the end side you see little carvings are there on both the sides. So it is rough endoplasmic reticulum, and here this is centrioles. Centriole contains centromere which is absent in plant cell. You can see this is the lysosome, right, and these globules are the ribosomes in the animal cell. And complete this portion between nucleus and animal cell, it is the cytoplasm, a liquid material in which these all organelles are floating, right, and these small globules are the ribosomes. So this is all about the animal cell and plant cell, right? So I hope that you will learn it well and try to understand each and all concept properly. Wherever you find any doubt or a query, please contact me. Thank you.